Hey guys, so let's try this. I am using a new video service, so hopefully this works. Anyway, all right, so today, hey, we get started on similarity. Very first video for you guys about similarity, so let's just get like the basics. So definition of similarity. Similarity. All right, so basic, most important thing you need to know about similarity is that similarity, so remember this, congruence was the result of a rigid transformation. Similarity is result of a dilation. Now, we've talked a little bit about dilation in class, and there are some specifics about how a dilation happens, but really, a dilation is just when something gets bigger or smaller. When something gets bigger or smaller. All right, so let's do a quick example. I'm going to throw a shape in here. We're going to make it a triangle because there's like lots of triangles. All right, and we'll call this, okay. Let's say that I've got sides that are 3 and 1. Okay, so if I am going to do a dilation is going to be the same triangle, but bigger or smaller. In this case, I made it bigger. Now, here are the rules for dilation, okay? So, rule number 1 is this. Angles, oh gosh, I always do this. I forget the most important word. Corresponding angles are congruent. All right, so what that means is that this angle here down in the bottom left is exactly the same as this angle here down in the bottom left. And this angle up in the top is exactly the same as this angle up here in the top. Okay? And this angle down here in the bottom right is the same as this angle down here in the bottom right. Okay, now I know it's an isosceles triangle, which means that technically like this, oh no, it's not letting me. This and this, I know they're the same, okay? But let's just, for the sake of corresponding angles, let's just not worry about that right now. Okay, so the second really important thing about here, this is corresponding sides are proportional. What does proportional mean? Proportional means multiplied or divided by the same number. Exclamation point. All right, so what does that mean? Well, that means that if, let's say that, what I did is let's say I multiplied that. Oh, here, let's do it like this. Let's say I multiplied my pink line times 2. 1 times 2, well, that equals 2. Well, that means that my blue line, I have to multiply by the exact same number for it to be a dilation and therefore to be similar. So I have to do 3 times 2, which now equals 6. And then I know this is going to feel redundant, but let's talk about this light pink line over here. It's also 3 to start with. I also have to multiply by 2, which means it's also going to be 6. Okay? So, corresponding sides are proportional, which means they are multiplied or divided by the same number. And if both of those things are true, then, all right, I should say they're similar. If both of those things are true, then my two figures are similar. So Let's take a look at an example from the PFA. Here we are. All right. Gosh, is this big? I don't think this is big enough for you guys to see. We need to make this slightly larger. Yeah, look at that. I feel like my face is bigger than it was in the old videos. All right, so this says in A, B, C, and D, E, F, the side lengths are given in millimeters. Which statement explains why A, B, C, and D, E, F are similar? Okay, well, the first rule of similarity was that corresponding sides are congruent. Well, so it's nice. That's true. I do know that I have a 90-degree angle in both of them. But I don't know about the other sides that they're congruent, so I don't think that's what I want to focus on. I think I need to focus on the sides being proportional. So you might be like, McSparron, how do I figure out whether they're proportional? Well, what you're going to do is set up fractions. Oh, don't get scared by fractions, people. Don't get scared. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to mark corresponding sides. I've got yellow and yellow, blue and blue, pink and pink. I'm going to make fractions that match them up. So I'm going to go 160 divided by 120. So that's yellow divided by yellow. And then I'm going to go, oh my gosh, guys, what am I doing? So did you notice how I started on the right side with the first fraction? Got to do the same thing with the next fraction. 200 divided by 150. So I matched up those, and then I matched up those, and now I got to match up the last ones. 120 divided by 90. Okay, now, if all of these fractions end up the same when I put them in the calculator, then they're proportional, and then they're also similar. So let's try it out. I'm going to grab the calculator. 160 divided by 20. Oh, it's going to take forever. All right. 160 divided by 20. What in the wait, whoa. 20. What am I talking about? 160 divided by 120. What are you, insane, McSparron? 160 divided by 120. That makes more sense. 1.333. 1.33 repeating. 200 divided by 150. Let's do it. 200 divided by 150. 1.333. Yes. All right, just one more. 120 divided by 90. Let's try it. 120 divided by 90 equals 1.333. Nice. Check it out. Because all three are the exact same number, that means they are proportional. Yay. And similar. Woo! Which, by the way, means that this answer right here, corresponding sides are proportional, that is my correct answer for this. Now, I'm not done. I'm going to go super fast here, I promise. But we actually there's one more little thing I want to show you, okay? This is kind of a trick. So I showed you how to make fractions. These are between the triangles, right? So like 160 is on one side of the on one triangle, and 120 is on the other triangle. I can actually set up proportions within triangles, and it totally still works, okay? So this is like the trick. The tricky method is within triangles. Sometimes this works better. It just depends on the situation. So what I'm going to do now, watch this. I'm going to go 200 divided by 120. 200 divided by 120. And then I'm also going to go exact same fraction, but on the other one. 150 divided by 90. 150 divided by 90. Okay, now if I go do these in my calculator, what did that say? 200 divided by 120. 200 divided by 120 equals 1.66. Now, of course, we know this is going to work because I've already shown that these are similar, but this is just showing you a different method. 150 divided by 90. 150 divided by 90. 1.66 again. Yes, all right. So, 1.66. Now, I'm not going to take the time to do it, but you could do the same thing. I mean, you could go like this divided by this and this divided by this. Like you can make that fraction. You could go other directions, just as long as you're doing it between the same corresponding sides and they're in the same spot in the fraction. Okay, this was a long video. This is a lot of introductory stuff. Good luck. Try the problems. Ask me questions if you have them. All right, guys. How do I stop this thing from recording?